What's up, gamers? Jessica here with Guiding Bowl Gaming, and today I'm excited to unbox and review a set of dice from Kraken dice. Now, this is an early birthday present from my husband, so this is not a sponsored post. But before we get into opening it up, I do want to let you guys know about Kraken's customer service, which in my experience was really great. So I ended up contacting them in two different scenarios. So the first scenario is when my husband told me that I could go pick out a set of dice for my birthday. I had two sets, the Succubus set and the Sapphire Black Magic, on my wish list for a couple of months now. So when he told me I could go pick out some dice, I excitedly went to the website, only to find out that both sets were temporarily out of stock. Bummer! I contacted customer support just to see if they would be getting any more in, and they did let me know that they would be coming back in stock, but that they didn't have a current timeline. But the best way to find out about restockings was to join their email list or to follow them on Facebook. Well, lo and behold, the next day, right before I ordered, they actually sent me another follow-up email to let me know they had found some extra stock of the Succubus dice and put a backup on the website. So that was really cool and a neat experience. So once I placed my order, I waited for about a week, and the information on my tracking sheet never ended up updating. The package was still stuck in California. So I reached out to Kraken to see what was going on. They told me to give it 2 more days to give the package time to update. When that didn't happen, I reached out like they requested, and they immediately followed up and said they were going to open a case with the Postal Service. Well, we waited a couple of days, and when no response happened, Kraken Dice sent me a replacement set. No hassle, no fuss, no muss. So their customer service, very responsive, very great to work with. Now, let's go ahead and open this bad boy up and see what's inside. Okay, let's open it up. Is anybody else a click-clack addict? Do you enjoy dice just as much as me? If I can even get it open here. Oh, we got more tape on the side. That's the problem. There we go. Okay. Got the Kraken logo there. We got, look at that, a couple of decal stickers, Kraken dice, and a patch here too. That's pretty cool. So some added bonuses here in the package. And then the dice come in this velvet pouch and with the little Kraken here too. Oh, aren't those pretty? I'm gonna guess the camera isn't gonna pick up these colors as well as they show up in the light here. But we have kind of a teal blue color, a rich purple, a deep ruby red, and then the bottom layer is black. And it's glittery. So what I love about Kraken dice is that this is actually a 12-piece set. So instead of one of each dice type, you actually get 2 D20s, 4 D6s, and then the D2 as well. And I don't know about you guys, but I tend to have a lot of rolls that require more than one dice type, especially if you're rolling advantage or disadvantage or like sneak attack for my rogue. So I really enjoy that the Kraken dice offer more than one of each dice type in their sets. I'll have to get a shot of these guys in the sunlight, and maybe that'll help the camera pick up the colors as well. But these are very pretty. They remind me of like the galaxy almost. The colors are really nice on these. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a set of Chessex dice. I know most people are familiar with that brand of dice, so we can just compare the size of the Kraken dice versus that dice set. And the D20s, for the 20, they have the Kraken logo. A lot of times I'm personally not a fan of the logo being the D20, but I actually happen to really like the Kraken logo. I think it's fun. I like it, so I am okay with that for the Kraken dice. Okay, so I brought out a set of Chessex dice just to compare for size. And from what I can see, the dice are pretty similar in size between the two different sets. It's the D4s. I'll go ahead and weigh them as well so we have that difference in weights. I will say this Chessex dice set, I think the edges are just a little bit sharper than the Kraken dice. But I do like the readability of the Kraken dice. Their numbers are very easy to see against the dark background. D10 and percentile. Personally, I am a fan of non-metal dice. I don't like the weight of metal dice because I feel like they thunk or thud down when you roll them. I like my dice to actually roll, so I'm a fan of resin dice. I feel like the D20s are probably the most different in size. They are larger than the Chessex dice. So let's see a sample roll. I'll first do one here on the bare table, and hopefully it doesn't go flying on me. Okay, 1911, not bad, not bad. Not as good, 1, 2, and 2. And I also have a dice tray so we can see how those look in this. So let's roll. Yeah, I like the feel of these. All right, not rolling too high at the moment, but that's okay. We're breaking them in. I want to check the balance of these dice, so I'll probably do a salt or sugar water test as well, so we can make sure these dice are balanced for our game sessions. All right, I've got my glass of souped up sugar water here. You could also use salt. You just need enough of either mixed with your water to get your dice float. So let's give them a test. As I drop these dice in, the goal or the hope is to see different numbers pop up as I sit and spin it in the water. If our dice was unbalanced, it would be more likely to show up with the same number multiple times. And we're looking pretty good here. Let's check out our other D20. Now, clear dice tend to be easier to tell if they're going to be imbalanced or not because you can see through them, so you're able to see air bubbles and impurities. While opaque dice like these ones, some manufacturers will skip on the process of making them, and they're more often than not can be unbalanced. But it looks like Kraken dice does not skimp at all. And these dice are rolling pretty well here. Let's see.
I thought it maybe was coming up 5 a few times there, but it does not seem to be a pattern here. Okay. Let's test the D12. Making a sugar mess here on the table, that's okay. Excellent. And let's do the D8. The dice with fewer sides can be a little bit trickier to test in this manner because they have fewer sides. But this dice does not seem to care. It's coming up random. Okay. Let's give our D10s and percentile here. These guys are a little harder to spin in the water. There we go. All right, verdict. Kraken dice seem to be fairly balanced. I didn't see any sides that particularly came up a lot. You know, there was a few plunks. I didn't really get the dice to spin, so it just popped back up again. So all in all, I'm very happy with the quality of these. Okay, let's see how our dice weight compares to that of the Chessex set. So we got our D6, 0.15 ounces. 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, and 1.5. Those ones are all the same. How about the D8? The Chessex dice is 0.1 ounces, and our Kraken dice is 0.15, so just a little bit heavier. Let's take our D10s, 1.5, and the Kraken dice is also 1.5. Percentiles. This one's lighter, 0.1. 0.15. Interesting. .2. Oh, 0.1512, somewhere in there on our D12 for the Chessex. And our Kraken dice looks like a solid 0.2 there. And finally, our D20s. I thought visually the Kraken D20 looked larger, so let's see if the weight confirms that. We got a 0.2 on the Chessex and a 0.3, so definitely a noticeable difference there. Let's double check our second Kraken D20, 0.3. And then of course the D4s. These guys are babies, they hardly register. 0.05 and 0.05. So there we have the weight difference. Like I said before, I feel like the Kraken dice feel really good in my hands. I'm not a huge fan of the weight of the metal dice because I don't feel like they actually roll when you roll them. So I feel like the Kraken dice have a nice heft to them for resin dice. Here's a look in direct sunlight. Final assessment on the 12-piece Succubus dice set from Kraken Dice. Guiding Bolt Gaming approved. These dice look exactly as I expected based off the photos and the videos that were on the website. They feel good in my hand. I really like the way they roll, and most importantly to me, they are balanced as well. So I like to see that in my dice. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them below in the comments. If there's anything else you'd like to see us review, whether that's dice sets from other brands, go ahead and let us know about that as well. Until next time, guys, may the dice odds be in your favor.